Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 2 from STEM 12A, and we are here to present our research topic titled An Analysis of the Relationship Between Social Media Use and the Length and Quality of Sleep of Senior High School Students. Technology has advanced to the point where it has been an integral part of our daily lives, and the internet has an impact on almost every aspect of human life. Technology also has given us numerous benefits, ranging from entertainment to professional use. One of the most significant technological advancements that humans have made is social media. As you know, almost all of us use social media in our daily lives, either just to interact with our friends and family, entertain ourselves, or use social media for academic and professional purposes. We can't deny that social media is now a major part of our life. Next is background of the study. According to the report from Data Report, approximately 73.91 million people in the Philippines use social media daily. And also due to the pandemic, the usage of social media skyrocketed because of the isolation we are going through because of the lockdown. In addition, the report also said that the majority of the social media users are from the age bracket of 18 to 24 years old. With the increase of the usage of social media in the country, it is always expected to have a downside along with it. One of the downsides of the increase in the usage of social media is the increase in the time spent using digital devices. According to the study of Rob Newson, the blue light generated by our digital gadgets slows down the production of melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that helps us to fall asleep. And due to the decrease of melatonin in our body, it is expected that it will affect the person's quality of sleep. And also, in the study of Ryan Parola year 2017, they found out that the use of social media apps has been found to have a detrimental impact on the sleep duration of an adolescent in this generation. This is due to the mental effect of social media such as addiction, feeling of isolation, depression, and lastly, FOMO, or also known as fear of missing out. With the increase of social media usage during the pandemic, the group has decided to study if there is a relationship between the length of social media usage to the length and quality of the sleep of a person, specifically the senior high school students of Bel Air Academy.
Statement of the problem. As a researcher, our aim is to identify if there is an association between the use of social media and the sleep length and sleep quality of an individual. We all know that social media had widely affected our life, and it makes our life easier by just simply scrolling, typing, and tapping. That is the reason why we come up with 9 research questions. Number 1, how many hours on average do students use social media per day? Number 2, how many hours on average do students sleep? Number 3, how much time does it take for a person to fall asleep? Number 4, how frequently does a person wake up at night? Number 5, how much time does a person spend being awake after falling asleep for the first time during the night? Number 6, how much time does a person really spend sleeping while in bed? Number 7, is there a difference in sleep length and sleep quality between social media users and non-social media users? Number 8, is social media use associated with sleep length? And number 9, does the length of time of usage of social media predict the quality of sleep?
Moving on to the research hypothesis. For numbers 1 to 6, there were no hypotheses that could be formulated. For the answers to those questions, require numbers that are dependent on the respondents and therefore do not provide one specific answer to be formulated. Number 7, the answer that answers the question, is there a difference in sleep length and sleep quality between social and non-social media users? Well, its null hypothesis stating that there is no significant difference, while its alternative hypothesis states that there is significant relation between the two variables. Number 8, with the question, is the social media use associated with sleep length? It has a null hypothesis that has no significant relation to the two, while the alternative hypothesis, on the other hand, states that there is a significant relation. Lastly, Number 9 that answers the question, does the length of time of the usage of social media predict the quality of sleep? As a null hypothesis of it having no relation, while the alternative hypothesis states that there is a significant relation between the two.
Our conceptual framework. In today's society, the majority of the people are using social media day until night, which can affect the amount and sleep quality they get. This diagram or framework will show how the usage of social media is related to the length and the quality of sleep of a person. There are effects of using social media to the person's length and quality of sleep based on past studies and records. According to the study of Rin et al. 2016, those students that spend too much time using social media are the ones who experience difficulties in sleeping. In this study, we will also compare the quality of sleep of those who use social media to those who are not social media users. This will help to answer the question between the connection of social media use, sleep length, and sleep quality.
Now that we're done with the conceptual framework, let us now discuss about the significance of the study. There are three reasons that makes the study significant. First, that the study provides evidence on how prolonged usage of social media results in the shortage and poor quality of sleep. Second, the study can serve as a basis for future researchers that are also researching about sleep length and sleep quality. Lastly, the findings in the study may serve and be used as a way to improve knowledge about sleep length and sleep quality. Heading on to the scope and limitations, the study discusses about the correlation of social media use to the length of sleep, in which it determines if prolonged usage of social media can affect one's length of sleep, and the study of the research is focused on the difference of sleep quality of social media and non-social media users. The coverage of this research are 204 senior high school students from three different academic strands on Del Pilar Academy school year 2021 to 2022. In addition to the limited amount of time and availability of resources, the study had to be conducted online due to the pandemic. With only 200 senior high school students, future researchers is necessary for a more generalized result.
Here are the following definition of terms used in the study for a clear understanding on how they're used. First term is non-social media user. This term refers to those who uses social media sites for a shorter period of time. Second term is sleep. It is a state of body and mind that typically lasts several hours each night, which goes by 6 to 8 hours. And during this time, the neurological system is relatively inactive, the eyes are closed, the postural muscles are relaxed, and consciousness is mostly suspended. Next is sleep deprivation. It is a broad term for a state caused by insufficient quantity or quality of sleep. It is defined as sleeping for fewer hours than the recommended number of hours, which is 6 to 8 hours. Fourth term is sleep efficiency. It refers to the amount of time you spend really sleeping while in bed. Fifth term is sleep latency. It is the amount of time it takes you to fall asleep. It is said that falling asleep within 30 minutes or less of going to bed indicates that your sleep quality is excellent. Next term is sleep quality. It is a measure of how well you sleep or if your sleep is peaceful and restorative. Following is sleep waking. It is defined as to how frequently you wake during the night. Next term is social media. This term refers to a computer-based technology that allows people to share ideas, thoughts, and information through virtual networks and communities. User-generated platforms and personalized accounts are the common components of social media that includes Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Following term is social media usage. This term refers to the length of time a person uses social media. It is defined as to the sum of entertainment media an individual take in the span of 24 hours. Next is social media user. This term refers to those who use social media sites for a longer period of time than the usual. Last term is wakefulness. This term refers to the number of minutes you spend awake after falling asleep for the first time. It is said that people with high sleep quality are awake for no more than 20 minutes at a time during the night. And for our next topic is the methodology of our research. For our research design, Researchers use correlational design for this study. This research design investigates the relationship between variables without requiring the researchers to modify or control any of them. And with the use of this research design, the researchers conducted a survey on the respondents by the use of online forms. The researchers employed the correlation design to easily determine the amount of time students spend on using social media and the same with the amount of time they spend on sleeping. And in addition for this study, we also conducted a comparison between the sleep length and sleep quality between the social media users and non-social media users.
Now, for the sampling of our research. So the sampling method that we chose for this research is stratified sampling because we wanted to acquire data from all the sections from the senior high school equally without bias. Stratified sampling is a type of sampling where it divided the population by stratum, a group with shared attributes. This study strata involves the grade 11 and 12 students from the STEM, ABM, and UMS group. In addition, we use calculator.net to calculate the sample size for our research, which is an online platform used to calculate sample size accurately and easily. As a result, the online platform's formula that we use for this study is this, as you can see from the slide. And also, the corresponding value for each variable is also shown in this slide. Furthermore, due to the large difference in the population of each section, because some have 40 plus students while others have 39 or less, we chose that the number of respondents per section based on their proportion to the sample size from the total number of samples determined for the study, as you can see from this chart.
Our research instrument. The research instrument that we use to collect data is online surveys through Google Forms. We conducted it online because we are not allowed to go outside due to the pandemic. The survey that we made is a questionnaire type of survey that contains questions based on the research problems. It asks about the use of social media and sleep. The survey form has both open-ended and closed-ended questions with multiple choice and essay type questions for us to gather specific data that we needed to conduct this study rather completely.
In order for the researchers to conduct their research successfully, here are the steps that they did for data gathering. Number 1, to start the data gathering of the study, the researchers first asked for consent from the research teacher to conduct the data collection. Number 2, the research teacher asked permission from the advisors of senior high school students of Del Pilar Academy to carry out the data gathering on the students. Number 3, the research teacher then selected 204 respondents, Del Pilar Academy students using stratified sampling. Number 4, the researchers informed the respondents that their identities would be kept private and anonymous. Number 5, the respondents would answer a survey online through Google Forms prepared by the researchers and distributed by their class advisors. Number 6, after receiving the survey results, the researchers will categorize the survey data according to their classification, sleep length, and sleep quality. And number 7, after assessing the results of the survey, the respondents will be grouped into two, the social media users group and the non-social media users group. The researchers' findings were examined using inferential statistic. Time and place of the study. The research was conducted or carried out at Del Pilar Academy in Imus, Cavite. The respondents were senior high school students enrolled in the institution on academic year 2021 to 2022. The research was conducted out between September 1 to 2021 to February 28, 2022. The data was gathered started from December to February of 2022.
And now here's the reference for our PowerPoint and our presentation. And that's all. Thank you everyone for listening.